Manifesting Masterclass, the science behind creation. Hi, I am your host, Sky Cheyenne, and welcome back once again to Rebuild Reality, where as always, we talk about who we really are, why we're here, and how all of this stuff works. Now, this is going to be a big one today because, honestly, we can talk about a lot of these things, but unless a person has a foundation of the science behind all of this, that believability in this tends to waver, and we want to be as solid as absolutely possible on this, because right now science and spirituality have come together. They've met in their understanding what people have talked about for centuries, for thousands of years in spirituality. Now science finally gets why that works. So this is what we want to talk about today, because we don't realize how incredibly powerful we are and the science behind that power. So normally we think of things as like, well, we have, we've got to push things. We've got to make them work. We've got to go into the world of matter and create from the world of matter. But that's doing everything the difficult way, the hardest way possible. But what if we could go direct? What if we could go direct to our creations and make things the easy way? Well, this is what we all want to do. That's why we're into, manifestation, law of attraction, doing all this, because we want to understand, because innately inside we know that it's true. We know we should be able to do this. And you are absolutely right, you can. So instead of doing things the hard way through the world of matter, we go into pre-matter. Well, what makes up matter? Well, when we look at the quantum world, which is, of course, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, it clearly explains these things. Because when we get down to what is matter made out of, well, it turns out that matter is mostly, in fact, almost entirely made of empty space, of nothingness. Nothing you could actually solidly see. In fact, it's 99.99999% empty space. All of this isn't what we think it is at all. In fact, matter makes up 0.00001% of everything we see. So our chances of seeing reality are absolutely zero. This is why we have such a hard time trying to create with matter in the real world, because we're having to put way too much energy into it, and that's why it tends to wipe us out. So if we go direct, and instead of manifesting what we want in the physical world, we go into the quantum world. Now, originally, science thought that this world was empty. There's nothing there. It's just emptiness. In fact, they were like, whoa, space is actually made up of almost entirely nothing. Well, it turns out that that nothing isn't nothing after all, because in that nothingness is vibration, is information, is consciousness, is thought. This is what makes up this entire field, which almost everything, and I would, venture to say that it actually is everything, that science is just holding on to that minuscule little percent because it's assuming that it has to be there somewhere. Well, I don't think it actually is. So if we go direct and we start creating from this field, then we can change everything. This is how things work easily. This is how we were meant to do things. Now, how do we get into that field? Well, this is what meditation is all about. This is what hypnosis is all about. And this is what we do every single day, every day of our entire lives, at least twice a day. When we go to sleep and when we wake up, we're in that very relaxed state. And that's where we want to go. I like to go to the most relaxed state I can get into. And when you are in this state, which is usually for me just before I fall asleep, I kind of just get as relaxed as possible and I stay there for a bit. And then, give yourself a little bit of time there, maybe 5 minutes. And then you begin to sync up. You begin to hook up. And profound things, when we're looking at this scientifically, profound things begin to happen in the brain. Because with stress, what happens is our mind compartmentalizes everything. It separates everything. Focus gets very, very tiny, very minuscule. It gets, put into a place where we have a hard time seeing anything else because we're stressed out. So, and that's why it's difficult when we're stressed out to create. So when we get into this relaxed state, in this more meditative state, what happens? Well, our brain begins to get highly organized. It begins to resonate, to vibrate at the same frequency. It begins to become whole. It begins to become unified. It begins to work together. It breaks down the walls, and suddenly all the things we were trying to get to become one field that works together in synchronicities, right? So when we are in that state, we can send the signal. And what is the signal? Well, the signal is the intention, because this is the electrical field here. So the electrical field is where we are using our thoughts, our intentions, our imagination for whatever it is that we want, whatever scene we want to create in our minds. We're creating the intention, the electrical signal that's going to send out the information to the universal kitchen for what we're ordering, for the order that we're placing. So when we're in that state, we're able to do that because no longer is our brain divided into a house divided against itself. It's in a unified state where we are whole, where we are in our oneness, where we are in our source selves, where we are becoming our creator, and when we're in that state, we're literally becoming one. We are becoming the creator. We are becoming the source of all of it, because when we're in that state, we're connected to everyone, to everywhere, to everything, to all time and space, to all future lives, to all past lives, to all of reality. We're connecting with everybody out there. So this is why we have access to everything here. And this is the easy way of doing this. So when we're sending out the signal, when we're going in there and doing the electrical components of it, that's half of it. Now, what is the other half of creation that we have to understand? Well, we've got two components working here. We've got the electrical and the magnetic. So what is the magnetic? Well, the magnetics is ruled by the heart. The heart is the part which is not only love, which is pure love, but it is the magnet that literally draws your creation, draws the reality you want towards you. So we've got the electrical component, which is the signal, the message, the information, the pictures that we're sending out, placing our order. Then we've got the magnetics of pulling that back to us. And the more that we stay in that place of the love of what we want, the love of our creation, the love of knowing that it's coming to us, the stronger that magnetic field gets, the stronger that literally like a tractor beam becomes of pulling what we want towards us. And that's why we say we want, manifest something, create something, assume something, create your story in your head of what you want and stay there and stay in the love of it, because the love is like your homing beacon. That love of that scene in your mind, that knowing that it's coming to you, is what is bringing it to you, is what is, the light, the little lighthouse that's like over here, over here, over here. And it's that way with anything you want. Anything you want to create, you want to be able to also attract it back to you, to bring it back. And this is when the synchronicities, the coincidences, the opportunities begin to show up for you, that are showing you, wow, you are it. And in all of this, you're realizing, you're beginning to understand when you fit all these pieces together that, yeah, it's you. You are the creator of your reality, and you always have been. So Thank you for being here with me once again. I am, of course, your host, Sky Cheyenne, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. And I'm going to see you next time here, Rebuild Reality.